Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, where today, not only is it the 200th episode of the Shadow and Sun Show, which is quite an achievement, if
For us.
you would say so.
Yeah, I think so.
We are doing a craft episode, and it's Veterans Day.
Well, that's right. That's right. Good for you, bud. This episode is also going to be dedicated to a good friend of the family and a friend of the channel, our friend David, who just got out of surgery the other day, and we're all going to, have him in our prayers tonight and wish him well. Hopefully he and his family will be watching this episode right after it is up on YouTube. Hope you get better, bud. We'll talk to you soon. And want to tell them what we're building?
No,
Okay, well, you probably already saw it in the title of the video.
exactly.
We are building a mausoleum inspired by several H.P. Lovecraft stories. We are going to dress it up with a nice big fat octopus emblem right over the doorway, so to kind of, commemorate that, but since it's not ready to be put up yet, I probably should have brought it out, but maybe I'll go get that while you're building up this. We cut a ton of XPS foam blocks and in different sizes, and the little guy's going to be gluing them into place.
Also, before I get the reason I said no to saying what it is because I forgot what it was called.
Oh, it's called a mausoleum.
Yeah.
I was going to call it the tomb after the story, but tombs could be underground, and a mausoleum is, above ground. I also came up with this handy-dandy new invention. I don't know if anybody's ever done this before, but the way I was texturing our bricks before was literally the slowest, dumbest way possible. And I'm not going to go into how I did the dumb way before. If you saw some of our videos, you probably saw me with my special little rock. Well, I made a roller by hot gluing a bunch of little pebbles onto this very thick and sturdy cardboard tube I had in my bits box. And I just roll it. And now some of the rocks will occasionally pop out just because of the movement and what have you. But this makes for a much faster way of texturing the XPS foam than just an aluminum foil ball. It also gives a little bit deeper indentations, and it makes a nice chaotic random texture. See, there's a rock that just came out. I'm going to actually spray paint this or spray some glue over it to help keep the rocks from falling out. But, I can always just make another one of these or re-glue it. But, for the most part, it works out pretty good. And, if the little guy, mouths off, I got something to smack him around with. But that might be an easier way to look at the texture. You can go ahead and start gluing away, sport.
It's just that some of it was coming off. Or it was...
And, he also, next morning, he's got a nice big bowl of XPS foam blocks. Just add some milk, and that's good eating. But there you have it. That's my new handy-dandy invention. Let me know if you guys try it out, if you like it, if you'd rather use the aluminum foil ball. The reason I don't like the aluminum foil ball, I've also mentioned before. Well, you can make a
to
really...
put it like this or like this?
Start at the doorway like we showed before. Oh, also, before I turn this around, the door is actually a Hearst Arts mold door. I didn't want to, spend a couple hours crafting a door from cardboard and things like that. And I really wanted it to look, kind of nice. Also, these are the green glow-in-the-dark beads, just to, give it a little spooky effect. When you turn out the lights for the night, you'll be able to see the four corner columns made out of these beads, as well as around the doorway. They're not all glued in place, but he's only going to go up so many levels before we have to call it quits, because we just don't have time to build this all in one night. But you'll get the basic gist of it. But remember what we went over earlier with the blocks?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Move some of the stuff out of the way. While he's doing that real quick, I'm going to go get that octopus emblem.
No idea what he's talking about.
Remember this guy? I've got
Oh yeah, that.
I wanted to use this for something very special. I've actually got a couple of them, but little guy used it in a couple of his costumes. Was it the Crimson Hand?
Yes.
Yeah. When he was wearing a Crimson Hand costume, he used this.
Okay, so this?
That works fine. And then go to the other side but I'm going to put this right over the doorway. I'm also going to use these couple of pieces of Herstart's molds to make the doorway.
Because despite their shortcomings, which there are a lot of, when they turn out right, they are still incredibly useful.
Yes.
Especially the individual pieces.
Yeah.
Making a full room or dungeon or anything out of them isn't that good, but individual pieces.
Before Dungeons and
excel.
Lasers, I had made quite a few rooms and hallways and things like that. And I really like Herstart's, but compared to Dungeons and Lasers, it's just so much easier and lighter weight. All the rooms and
I thought you
buildings.
would have glued these on.
No. Everything I made with Herstart's mold was heavy and incredibly fragile. Now these pieces, I can't break them, okay? But if I were to drop them, you know, when they're all glued together, they will just shatter like glass. So I'm just going to use, you know, little bits and pieces here and there throughout the channel videos. But I'm going to put this right above the doorway, if you can imagine that little octopus saying hi. Right above the doorway, and then the doorway will be right in here with the glow-in-the-dark beads down there. Like I said, I've got a couple more of these. I may even put one inside the mausoleum. I was toying with using some blue stuff to make a mold of this.
For the higher rows, do I just put the same thing on?
Yeah, just make sure that they stack a certain way so they don't, you don't have a gap and a gap right,
So
Yeah,
that works.
yeah. Now try to go all the way around.
Okay, I'm still gonna.
Finish up that area.
Yeah.
And also on the inside of the mausoleum, we're going to have like a shelf right here. That's why there's this area right here. It's going to go all the way around the interior of the room. And on that shelf, I'm going to take these Herstart's pieces. They're supposed to be column pillars or vases of some sort. And I'm going to use these as urns for, people who've passed away and been cremated or what have you. And then I'm just going to put them over here on the shelf so they'll just stand up like that.
I feel like a better place to put them would be...
Well,
not in reality, but to show what we're doing.
Yeah. Very good.
I actually don't know what it looks like on that side.
But while he's doing that, I'm going to...
So don't you think you should have done both sides of them?
I did, but then I had to cut them into smaller pieces.
Oh.
And I'll just texture the inside with another technique, which that technique is basically, I'll just take a piece like this when it's smooth and it's really small, and I realize that, because I cut it or trimmed it and I need to, fix it, I'll just take a toothpick and I'll just stab a bunch of holes into it, random pattern, and then I'll scrape with a toothpick like this to rough up that particular edge. And it's pretty fast. It's faster than using the rock that I was using or aluminum foil ball, especially when you need to get into a tight spot where you have a flat edge. That was from there. So I've got these urns, let's just call them for now. And I've already given them a gold stripe where it looks like it's metal here. And then I'm going to use, I used Army Painter Bright Gold for the gold strip, and then I've got a bunch of the metallics from the new metallics set. And I'm just going to, I've got Elven Armor, Azure Magic, I think this is Royal Purple, love that color.
It's good.
Glitter Green, and Gemstone. I don't know why they didn't put some sort of red in the name for that one. It's clearly red, right, folks?
I think that's not something they're hiding.
Yeah, but...
I don't think they're trying to hide the fact that it's red.
No, I don't think so.
That it's some brand new color they invented. I think that's what they're trying to say.
No, I just wish they would have put red in the title. So
I actually prefer that they didn't. I'm glad that they didn't.
Okay.
So we might not have enough of these small bricks.
Oh, no, you wanna cover, you put another regular one there so you can hide the gap, that's what I was talking about.
Because then it makes it uneven though.
Doesn't have to be even as long as the gaps are covered.
Because if I...
Oh,
Because I wanted it to have some sort of pattern.
okay,
But it can't if... Because here it doesn't work that well. I mean, it kind of covers the gap, but not really.
okay, that's what
But
you're saying.
if I remove this block here, then it doesn't cover the gap at all.
Oh, no, definitely put that there. No, put it, move it, yeah, right. We tried using the new hot wire cutter to cut these blocks.
But not useful for cutting straight lines.
Well, not only that, but because it's so wobbly and it's a handheld device as opposed to a Proxon, which,
That's kind of what I meant.
yeah, that it just doesn't have the level, levelness that you need. It just wobbles and it's very hard to keep steady. So I just went about cutting them the old-fashioned way with my Olfa knife. And so some, if not all, of the blocks are a little off here and there. But, we're making something that's akin to a ruined building or something that's really old and aged. Maybe there were earthquakes or it's just been there for, hundreds of years, that it's fallen apart. So when things are, old, they they tend to look, ramshackle and of course that is such a cool color, isn't it, folks? Look at that. It's got Iron Man written all over it.
Oh. What do I do about this small thing right here? Do I try to put a bigger one in?
No, don't worry about that, because I can fill that in with a really small, just wedge or something. Oh, you want those?
I mean, should I use a bigger one?
Yeah. Someone was playing with the blocks off camera, so that's what I was laughing at, folks. I have to admit, I am getting really good at painting upside down.
What?
I'm painting upside down. I'm not actually looking at what I'm doing.
How are you painting upside? What? I'm very confused.
I'm painting upside down. Normally, I would be like this, but I'm doing like that.
Oh, to show the camera?
Yeah.
Oh. Does this work?
Yeah.
Because it was popping out.
Yeah, that's
Because they're stuck together, but because I put this one in, it made it pop out.
Yeah, no one's going to go over and critique it after.
Is it supposed to look old, or is it
Yes,
supposed to look new?
were you not paying attention? I just said it's supposed to look beat up and
Well, I mean, how
collapse.
old? Is it supposed to look...
Hundreds of years old.
Something can still be...
Yes.
Well, even if it's 100 years old, it can still be functional and still operating.
Yeah,
There are
but
plenty of places that are hundreds of years old that are still run.
yeah, no, this is supposed to look beat up and old, and
Is it still used, or is it just...
that depends on the campaign or game we use it for. Which
So it's supposed to just look old, but is it supposed to look like people have actually cared for it in any recent years? Because things that are hundreds of years old are still can look somewhat... They won't look new, but they'll still look...
right,
good
taken care of.
quality. Yeah.
Maintained.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this is kind of probably something abandoned and hidden off in some part of somebody's estate or out in the middle of the wilderness. I'm also going to build a secret trap door type area in here that'll be covered up by
That's always necessary.
yeah, that's covered up by a coffin that leads to some sort of dungeon or underground lair of a lich or a vampire or some sort of Cthulhu cult or something like that, so that we use for many different. I think if you take that one out, you can put a larger one in there and make.
Yeah, but...
Okay.
Because if I put it the other way, then...
Okay, you're in charge of that. I'll stop critiquing you. You know.
I don't like the phrasing you used there.
Okay. But I like it. It'll be fun. And then, of course, you know, you won't get to see us paint it unless we decide to make it a two-part video, which we no okay.
No, that's not happening.
That's not happening. Listen to him; he hates the two-part videos.
Yes, because it doesn't allow us to do as much as we could.
Right.
It limits.
Speaking of which, this month one of our craft videos might. I'm pretty sure it's going to fall on Thanksgiving. So depending on what we're doing that day, we may not be able to. You know, if we have a lot of family over or something like that, we may not have a video that night. But we will come in and wish you guys a happy Turkey Day, even though turkeys are now up to $90 a piece, which is kind of crazy. Last year they were like $30. But fortunately, we're not having turkey this year. We're having ham. I don't know if you guys like ham for Turkey Day or not, but since I do the cooking, I'm not a big fan of turkey. I don't mind a good turkey sandwich every once in a while, but if I got to make the whole turkey, not a big fan. And I know the little guy, he likes, you like ham better, right? Than turkey?
Sure, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, for that specific occasion, yes, but in general.
Yeah, we don't eat a lot of turkey around here unless it's for sandwiches. And like every other Turkey Day, we might make a turkey.
I don't think we've had one.
It might have been a couple years now. But, you know, let us know what you guys are doing for Turkey Day. We'd love to hear from
I don't
you.
know. I guess this is the end of the video.
You can continue on with what you got and see how far you can get.
Yes and no. Look at this here. Appreciate it.
So I could always just cut you up some small blocks, if you like.
Is this good? No, it's not. Oh, great.
And just put it.
I put it on the side where the. Okay, yeah, I can't use that. It probably won't be smooth, but either way, it's better to just use one that actually works properly.
Okay.
Okay, does this look about right?
Yep.
Okay, so do I just put? Where's it fit on?
You want me to cut you some small ones?
There's only. I used up all the small ones. There's only 2 left. Oh. There's 3 left.
For the small ones, I just eyeballed it, so they're not measured, but the main blocks are 2 centimeters by 1 centimeter.
Oh.
It's pretty easy, folks. There's that sound that everybody hates.
What sound? Oh, that's not. Well, I don't like that at all. Well, I guess this actually is getting close to the end because I can't build up any further.
What?
Because whenever I try to put glue and smooth it out, I pull the entire thing apart.
Oh, well, don't worry so much about that. If you do it right, they won't. You won't see all the glue dripping.
Still want it to smooth out.
Oh, you mean like push them?
Just smooth the glue out. What I mean is, when I try to do this, I pull it off.
That's why I wanted you to put the glue in the palette and then just dip the blocks in one at a time.
Well, I never heard that, and if I did, I forgot.
Okay.
I'll put this last row on, but then I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's going to drip too much. You didn't put so much glue that it will. I saw that as it happened. Like someone's like,
That's no good.
yeah, and it like, you know, if sometimes I've actually trimmed the blocks after they've dry or been glued or placed. You know, if for some reason when I cut that they're not perfect, I could just cut it down. But like this one looks really tall. For some reason.
So I'm not putting anything on it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go halfway there. And I think that's about good enough.
Yeah, I'll trim that level and make it a little bit
As
more.
well as well.
Yeah, when it dries, just go put a cup on, like 2 or 3 more, and then we'll call it a night. I always let the little guy put the blocks in because it's more fun, and he used to have so much fun with his Legos. Put one more, and then we'll call it. That'll give me some room to cut in there.
I actually think that you might not have anything with that one block.
Yeah, I'll use the X-Acto knife to trim there. It'll be fine. So there you have it, folks. Thanks for sticking with us through another craft video. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We will be back Sunday with the Reaper Bones Cthulhu and the WizKid Starspawn Cthulhu. We'll continue painting those. Gonna do washes this weekend or dry brushing?
Depends.
Okay, I'm gonna be doing washes. He might want to do dry brush. But I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for stopping by. And
Before he forgets, we would like to thank all of those who have served because of obvious reasons.
oh yeah.
And again, it's incredibly important.
Yes.
And with that said, have a great day and good night.
Bye everybody.